Hello, everyone. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games. Welcome to Against the Stars, our Burn Bryte campaign, co-produced with Roll20. It's the penultimate episode of the season, y'all. We're here. It's super exciting. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this. And welcome back to Laxus Galaxy. We have been off for a little bit, but for good reasons. Vaccinations.
Woo!
We're mostly poked here at Salty Sweet Games, so that's
Salty
great.
Sweet Games, mostly poked.
Mostly poked, a normal catchphrase to say.
Yep.
But yes, so super excited to be here and to be getting into this last little bit of our season in the stars. But before we do that, we got a few channel stuff to go through before we say hello to everyone as well. So first off, again, a shout out to our wonderful co-producers, our virtual tabletop of choice, Roll20. They're fantastic. We love them very much. We use them for everything. You'll see them and their stuff on this channel very often. And we literally would not be able to do this game and campaign without them because they are the publishers of Burn Bryte. So I know, important stuff. So definitely go check them out. You can use a link to sign up and all that good stuff. As part of being part of Roll20's, Spotlight program and co-producing this with them, we are also raising money for Code 2040. Code 2040 is a nonprofit that focuses on bringing equity to there we go. Thank you. Racial equity in the tech industry. So basically, it equips Black and Latinx technologists and their allies with the tools, connections, and care that they need to in order to advocate for and achieve that racial equity. So it's very important to us as a diverse space here to support that. And of course, just check out that Tiltify link and donate. And as part of that, we have donation incentives. Basically, at every $50 that is raised, we get to throw in a complication into the story, which is always super fun, for me at least, and for chat. And at every $100, we get to do a giveaway of our Burn Bryte starter pack. Basically, everything that you need to play Burn Bryte. So that goes everything, including like the basic rules. You got a starter adventure, pre-gens, you got map tiles. Basically, pick it up and you're good to go. So we're really close to that, and that also means we're really close to our goal, which also means we're really close to me doing a bad Russian accent on stream.
We did just get $10. That's another $50 raised for a complication.
Yay! Complication. Love that as we go into here because
yes.
I think I know exactly where to put this. Yes, thank you so much for that. But if you can't donate or if you just want to share the word about the stream, go and retweet our going live tweet. At 15 retweets, we unlock the last of the season's weekly faction poll, basically, where you get to help decide what faction in the Laxus Galaxy moves forward in their schemes, because there's a lot of them. They all have conflicting agendas, and y'all decided to do some very interesting votes this past week, so it's fine. It's cool. I'm sure it's fine to have redacted move forward in their schemes this week. So cool. Don't worry about it, chat. And yeah, and of course, if you want to support the channel, we got some affiliate links and stuff down below. And yeah, okay. And last but not least, we here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, XNO, and lines and veils, because we believe that no matter what's happening to the characters, we want the players to be having fun. We do have content warnings, so exclamation point CW for those of you in chat, in case you just want to have a heads up about what kind of stuff we're going to be exploring in today's episode. All right, I think that's all my talking for a little bit at least. Let's go around and say hello to everyone, tell us who they are, who they're playing, all that good stuff. We'll go start off with Lauren. Hello, Lauren.
I thought the content words today said cults and cults and cults and cults.
Too many cults.
Too many cults. Salty Sweet Games. Too many cults. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. I use she, her pronouns just like my character Velda Celebralta, who is an Oron, very strong crystal girl, who is here to blow things up with her magic body.
Magic body, and also the ship that she pilots.
And the ship that I pilot. One of those things will will be on display today. I don't know which. I can guess, though. Maybe both. Maybe it's one of those good days where it's both.
It could be. You never know in Burn Bryte.
It's true. It's true.
Y'all surprise me every single time. All right, and let's go over to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hi, hello. My name is Jess. My pronouns are she and they, and today we'll be playing for you here on the interwebs. Walala Oodles needs the last Telemo, your most favoriteest glean friend I know. And I'm so heckin' excited to mess with some corporations with y'all, because F them in space or anywhere.
Definitely no strong anti-capitalistic messaging in this campaign whatsoever.
No.
None. Absolutely zero. Not like every single corporation I have put into this game is evil in some way. It's fine.
It's fine.
All right, let's go over to Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. Sorry, I just wanted to finish typing in the chat, or I forgot.
You're not welcome at Pride.
Overkills are not welcome at Pride. That's how this goes.
Pew, pew,
No
pew.
overkills at Space Pride. Hi everyone, I'm Sam. My pronouns are they and she, and I bring to you Vandal, a cat person with snake eyes in a three-piece suit, whose pronouns are they and Z. So, yeah, super excited to explore some ruins, find some stuff, and totally, absolutely ignore my mom, who sent me to do some space assassinry. It's fine. It's fine. Normal mom stuff.
So normal. The most normal. All right, and let's go over to B. Hello, B.
Hello, hello. It is I, your non-binary Busy Bee, who uses they, them pronouns, and I am playing your ship captain, Zevzo, who also uses they, them pronouns. They are approximately 100,000 bugs in the shape of a wallaby. I mean, we occasionally tend to lose a bug. Sometimes they get zapped when they touch things that we shouldn't. It happens. So we within 1 to 2 of 100,000 bugs.
You know, just the normal everyday. Slowly lose.
Assassin mom, totally normal. You lose a bug or two today, totally normal.
So normal. All right, and I'm Kienna. My pronouns are she and they. I am the GM for this campaign, which means I play everybody in the Alaxis Galaxy that's not the player characters, and perhaps the Alaxis Galaxy itself. Before we dive in, let's do a real quick recap. It's been a hot second since we've been here and online. After some interesting dealings with the Port Pirate Collective, the crew found themselves with a few things. One, a key that leads to apparently some omniscient era treasure, which also bears a striking resemblance to this omniscient era map that they had found all the way at the beginning of the season, which seemed to lead straight into the heart of the Cavabel asteroid belt to a no longer existing planet. But they also had this interesting, now they know, an omniscient crystal, one that has some strange properties to it, namely that of some form of hypnotic, compelling motion to it, and it seemed to also amplify voices in a strange musical sense, very similar to the music flowers that they also found around the map that had been embedded into the ground. They also realized that they couldn't just run away with this stuff because they had promised the Port Pirate Collective that they would at least return one of these things back to the pirates after examining it for polite scientific reasons. However, that was coincidentally, thankfully, don't know, blessing in disguise, interrupted by the appearance of the Marthon military, who was very much not into pirates being around the planet.
Salty Sweet Games, thank God the military's here.
So that the only time,
Just
time we go, yay,
You get one.
you got one. And with that excuse of, oh no, the military's here, the crew was able to jet off with with the key, with the crystal, and without their friend Narmaz, who was had been a thorn in their side for as long as they have interacted with him. And so the crew decided to set off towards towards where this map and this key and this crystal seem to all be kind of leading them to, which is this asteroid here. And along the way, they managed to do some more analysis on the omniscient crystal, upon which they discovered a few interesting things. One, that omniscient crystals are generally basically the essence of an omniscient. And therefore, the properties and the whatever else about this crystal is probably reflective of whatever omniscient used to have it. And therefore also that the crystal itself, with its corruption, probably meant that whatever omniscient had it also went through that same corruption. Walala posited a hypothesis, whereas they remembered this vision that they had upon looking at the key and the carvings of this strange omniscient that sat upon a throne in front of a bowing audience of other omniscients, and had demanded of Walala that they had something that belonged to it and it wanted it back. And so made the hypothesis that perhaps this key, this treasure, this crystals, all connected to this great and perhaps evil omniscient that they had come across. Maybe the same god that the daylight has worshipped all this time. And at the same time, also realized that the voice of this omniscient seemed quite familiar, familiar to the fact that the last time that they had spoken to an omniscient, this omniscient managed to get them to hear the voices of the burn, the grand burning phenomena that seemed to exist, and realized it was no longer, it wasn't just a, natural phenomena. It was alive and had many voices, and that voice was those voices were very similar to the voice of the omniscient that they had this vision of. So realizing that everything was kind of converging together and that they were heading towards this asteroid that the map was leading them to, they got close to this, and it's this outside of this asteroid, which all these crystal plasma fragments that seem suspended mid-air. And as they got closer and closer, they noticed two interesting things about this moon-sized asteroid. One, there was a wish building that seemed to be freshly planted there, certainly not as ancient as the rest of this building, or as the rest of this asteroid. And two, there's a giant hole in the side of the asteroid, as if something had exploded outwards from it. And they had noted that there were two west ships right by that building on the surface, and there was one daylight ship that seemed to be hovering around the entrance of that hole. So, y'all are kind of going in the direction closer and closer towards the surface of this asteroid, and as you're going in that direction, you are heading mostly towards the building. But what would y'all like to do?
I think we believe that this is your captain speaking. No, we are certain that this is your captain speaking. We have a decision ahead of us. Do we want to destroy 2 Westover Guild ships, or would we like to destroy 1 daylight ship?
I press my combat. Captain, I do not know that we are equipped to take on Overguild ships. Whereas we have at least outrun the daylight ships before.
That is true. That is very true. We are curious, though. We would like to investigate that rectangle building. Can you imagine what treasures we could find and sell?
I can imagine the prison we would be sent to.
Yes. Yes. Okay, well, this team does decide things as a group. How are we feeling?
I do find myself curious about the Wesh, but I don't know, that hole is just, there's something about it is drawing me.
You know, I do too feel
Oh
compelled
no.
to
Yes?
to investigate that hole.
Do you? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. That time.
I'm gonna need to make a fucking exclamation mark phrasing on this in
No!
this chat.
No. Is our channel fit to that mature thing? You think I know? But I don't.
Well, I don't know if you all remember, but, you know, a while ago when we did some very early investigating into all these things that seems to have been very connected, a lot of it was very Wesh driven, and I am very interested to see what they have in there, because it seems like it could be extremely relevant. So I'm not saying, well, I'd like to go in, but I know I'm not the best at, you know, going in places and not being noticed. So if someone else has a suggestion of how we could look at this stuff without them looking at us.
No, well, you bring a good point. I also feel like maybe we shouldn't fight this particular overguild head on, even if they are a little in a corner in general. But I want to know what's in the building.
Well,
I also want to know what's
like,
in the
me
hole.
too. Oh, can we? Oh, I don't know. Can we split the party?
Yes,
No, that's no. I'm pretty sure
yes.
we learned from all of our games with Max that that's a bad thing to do.
Only if you are scared.
Last
Those
time we
were-
split
I'm
the
always
party
scared.
in
Just also
person.
very curious.
Last time we split the party, we lost Walala, and then
Only
had to bring
temporarily.
And that
them
turned out
out
really good. That's how we
during an
found.
auction.
That's
There was a fight that broke out.
It was
We had
easily
to
bested.
escape from a casino ship.
Easy.
And oh my god, was this one bauble I stole on the way out.
Well, I got the...
I forgot about that.
No, I got Zebzo that boa.
No, but we didn't. Well,
Mhm,
true. The boa looks very good on Zebzo.
Well worth
And
that
there
trip.
was a tiara.
Yeah?
Hmm?
I got that dress.
You got that dress. Never mind. Which take it all
all
back.
worth it.
great. It's great. It's great every time. See,
We should go back, actually.
See, what's funny is I didn't even think you were talking about that time. I thought you were talking about the other time I got lost, or the other time, or the time where I got lost and then we found our Laxi. That was great. See,
That was a good.
Okay, if we are going to go into the Wesh building, does anyone have any ideas on how to achieve that?
Are there any vents? I can climb up the walls. I can go in upside down. I can basically, you know, vertical versus horizontal movement really don't matter to me. So if there's any alternative movement that would allow us sneaky access. I know it never works, but in theory it
You would
should.
need to get closer to really
Yeah.
examine the building and like be able to find places in.
But if we just
other
fly
than the very-
up...
You get closer and like obviously there is an obvious door there, but like you can't see any like secret places from up here.
No secret tunnels?
would have the utmost best ability, but in order to perform this ability, we must perform an act of deception first. On the
Okay.
ship, because I
Yeah.
really just want to roll deceive. Because we're discussing this on the ship, can Zevzo split themselves apart and then try to hide all of their bugs aboard the ship like that? Just to show off?
Ooh. Interesting. So you just want to kind of like.
This is what we can do. But if we roll deception, we will have an ability to do it even better.
Sure, you can roll me a deception.
Lie to me.
Lie to me.
It's the end of that one Buffy episode.
What would you like the complexity to be?
Ooh. So what is the goal here? Is it to completely like hide yourself? Is it to like?
Kind of to hide ourselves. Like, we want to show that we have the ability to be stealthy, but we're not often separated, like, from ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a difficulty 3 then,
Okay.
and just see how that goes.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
So you demonstrate this.
You see that we have the ability to not only hide ourselves, but we could plant ourselves in spaces to acquire information about the layout of this building. Anywhere that we can fit is a area of information.
Okay, so we sit ourselves down and then the sneakier method that the captain has proposed. Okay, and we just observe. And for those of us who cannot fit into vents or blend in or split ourselves into parts, we'll maybe take a casual stroll over to the hole.
I think that's valid.
Any holes to stroll?
God.
Oh, there's some gremlin energy here today.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know what's in the air today. It's.
It's
Something.
good stuff. Lunar eclipse.
Something's
Lunar eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
About
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So is this the plan? Is this the plan is to head down and split the party?
Yeah, love to split the party.
We love a 3-to-1 split.
Well, I mean, Vandal and Vala both described wanting to, explore holes. So, would do the? I don't know. Do we want to do 2 and 2, or do we want to do 3 and 1?
Vandal's real sneaky.
Yeah, Vandal
Yeah,
is real
very
sneaky.
I know, and I want them to get the opportunity to use that.
Sneaks.
I can stay if you want me to. There's just probably
No,
nothing for
no.
me to do.
Yeah,
no,
no.
I'm okay
I can
with,
keep
with splitting.
watch. I can keep watch. That's useful.
No. You go to the hole.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the hole.
Yeah, let us know all about that hole.
I will.
I was just also trying to give y'all an opportunity because anytime you don't get to go on enough dates, I'm over here just
We're trying to save the world.
Very true.
We're putting ourselves in a dramatic situation so that hopefully when we're reunited, it will be very emotional.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
that's
might be
true.
danger.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might get to smooch again. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I might
Good.
I might get tied up. I might get captured. You have to come
Okay.
save me.
I just want to encourage smooch drama.
Anything
That's
can
all.
happen.
Anything
Yes.
could happen. Okay. Yeah. So you can start descending then and getting the ship closer and closer to the building. Again, it's this very very modern building, and it's almost minimalistic to the point of like it being you're wondering how you didn't notice it before because it sticks out so much. It's the black metal and basically a box. There is no outside windows. There's just the door that you can see, which the 2 ships are parked outside basically, and there doesn't seem to be anybody outside keeping watch.
That's good. Okay, so I know I literally just said I want to be sneaky and do sneaky things,
Uh-huh.
but the ship, the size of the ship's relative to the size of the door. What's that like?
Ooh,
Just in case.
sure.
Okay, let me think. So the Wicked Wallaby is a pretty big ship. It is a transport ship.
It's girthy.
This door is not built for ships to go inside of. Like
Okay.
this seems like a people only door. It is double. It is a double door, probably to let multiple people in or cargo in, but it's definitely not built for any ship whatsoever to
Right.
go into it.
Had to double check.
Yes.
All right, so it's not guarded. Let's
How close are we right now? Did we set down somewhere?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can set down
Okay.
somewhere.
And then walk, because, like, I assume they will see there's a ship coming.
Yeah, we're gonna be real sneaky with that ship and set it down while they're
Okay.
distracted by the daylight that's also there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe they kidnapped the Wesh.
They'll be so busy with that other group.
Yes, perfect. Okay, we'll set down.
This
Okay,
plan
so
has
you-
no holes.
Yeah, I don't think I need like any rolls or anything. You're able to set down. The rest of this asteroid is fairly desolate. Like there's really nothing else on here, other than this building, and these two ships now. And there is just enough of oxygen or whatever breathing stuff is in the Alaxis. The oxygen. There's enough oxygen here. It is certainly lighter than it is, on most habitable planets. So it definitely would not be great for living on, but like, it's functional. And as soon as soon as you all disembark, I need to know: are you taking the key with you, and are you taking the orb with you and the crystal with you, and who has what?
Oh, that's a good point.
Good question.
Do we feel like stuff is safer on the ship? We should split them up. We don't want them together.
Okay.
So either we do one on the ship, one with us, or one per group. Do you know what I mean?
One is
Right.
on the ship. We might implicate Thelma, though.
Yeah, I want to leave Thelma out of this. I
Yeah.
also want
She could have just been like, scanning it. She could claim legitimate ignorance in that she's a scientist and this was put in front of her to scan. She didn't find anything yet.
I mean, we could also leave Thelma with a chair and a pile of rope, so that
See
if
what
things go
happens.
poorly,
She's
Just-
ready.
just make it look like you got yourself out. You just escaped.
You were a prisoner all along.
Haha. There are a lot of things Filma should have done by now.
This is why we
Like,
love her.
get off our ship, probably.
She has nowhere to go.
There's been nowhere for her to go.
She's ours now.
She didn't want to go to Marthog.
She didn't want to go anywhere. I definitely want to hold on to something, but both things I feel like would be terrible to just like stroll over to the daylight's hole with. So
What
I
is
think-
less?
I think we should put the key in the daylight hole.
what? Yeah, because the key probably goes to the daylight hole.
Right?
But
And,
they
like-
would also probably want the orb.
But see, my concern is I don't think we want either thing to be where it will go off.
Right.
In case we are captured, we don't want them to immediately be able to be like, boop, boop, right? Like,
Why does the daylight know we have this orb?
I mean, they technically don't.
They technically don't.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like their creepy god is going to know when it's like coming over. I don't
That's
know.
why I don't want to give them the orb, right?
Yeah.
Because
you know what?
You're right.
I will
You're right.
keep
Maybe
both.
the key.
I'm
Okay.
gonna keep both on the ship with me. I'm just
You're
I'm
you're
guarding.
staying on the ship.
Yes, I am ready.
Hmm.
I'm guarding.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Can we at least hide
I'm
one?
stressed about this.
No, I'm gonna put them at the bottom of the gangplank so that anybody can walk up and get them.
Have Max just run it out to them,
Yeah.
actually.
That's
Take
what I'm
out
planning.
here.
now.
It's just,
That's
you know,
delivery
when
man.
you know those really bad traps where it's just a box and a stick and a rope.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes.
No, I think
Says free to a good home.
Yeah. I think until we know what's going on, someone should guard them, and it should not be Falma, the scientist.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I will guard the ship and the items. And if nothing happens, hey, I did a great job.
Fantastic. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So the rest of y'all are heading over to this Wesh Overgill building, which is just oddly here. Again, the only there you as you walk across the surface of the asteroid, you do leave like footprints in the fine amount of dust that is here. But an interesting thing that you know is that with every step you take, and the cloud of dust kind of billows a little bit. For those of you who actually step on the ground, you note that it goes kind of up into the air, and then it just stays suspended.
Has anybody run any scans on this particular environment? What kind of I don't know. We don't know the words for the different layers of air that exist on planets, but Walala, that might be your specialty. Stratosphere,
The atmosphere?
Mhm.
What about it? Sorry, I missed that. I was thinking about the key and the orb, and
We
don't like
understand.
them being together.
We were just watching Vandal walking, and the way the smoke rises from the ground, it kind of suspends. Kienna, how far above like their head would you say?
Not very high. It's just enough to note that doesn't immediately.
Is it the
start floating back to
precipitation?
the ground.
Is it
Dust.
it's
It's
dust?
just
Summer
the
heat.
dust that you kick up while you're
Is the
moving.
gravity? Can I throw myself up in the air to see if I floof up or down?
Yeah.
Can I
Interesting.
use
Yeah,
myself
you-
as a science experiment?
You boing.
Yeah, can I
up
boink?
into the air, and you stay suspended. It's weird because it's not like
Is it
the gravity is clearly keeping you the
Yeah.
rest of your friends like close to the ground, like you're able to walk normally or move normally. But there seems to be something where it's you're now just kind of suspended midair.
Yeah, my question is, can I tell if this is artificial? Like, does this seem like there's an artificial,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? Especially because
Yes.
Wesh is here, because this is not a normal size or shape for what we are used to, like for like a planet, right? This is an asteroid.
Yeah.
This is like, there's a lot of stuff here that I think I like. Walala is doing, you know, the equivalent of like testing the wind, doing like putting out their floofs, like doing some they like the second the captain, the second Zebzo was like things to analyze, they were like on it, like let
Okay.
me analyze.
Cool. I think I want you to do some form of check here.
Yeah,
Um,
totally fair.
Yes. To see if it is artificial or not.
Yeah.
Let's go with a difficulty. We'll go with a difficulty 3.
Okay. Oh, would you say this is perception? Like I'm trying to perceive around.
A perception works.
Okay, let me see. I'm just trying to double check because it's definitely not streetwise, it's definitely not medicine, it's definitely not computers, engineering, I don't think. So it's definitely knowledge or perception, I feel like.
Yeah. So either one.
Okay, I'm gonna try perception.
Okay.
It's slightly lower than knowledge, but I feel like it's accurate here.
Cool.
So. Hoocha! Yeah.
Hey, okay. Breaking that streak of not
I
rolling
know!
well.
Oh, hi viewers. If you weren't here last week, I rolled a billion fails in a row. Statistically impossible.
So, as you look around, you notice that basically anything above a certain level seems stuck.
Mhm.
You pass by another one of these little like plasma crystals, um, and if you poke it, it does move and
Ooh.
seem to move kind of as if floating. Uh, but again, you're able to move fine. You're able to walk fine. Like the ship isn't lifting off. The building's clearly here.
Yeah.
And you're not sure what the source of this is. Whether this is something being made here to make this wonky. But this is definitely feeling to you at least as if something had warped um something had warped almost reality itself here. Something had fucked with the laws of physics and matter and everything here. This should be impossible,
Yeah.
and yet here you are.
Oh my god.
Well, Walala, what do you think of the atmosphere?
Bilal straightens up and looks very seriously. Well, Captain, after extensive testing and analyzing of the local environs, I would have to say this is not normal. This is, scientifically somewhat explainable, unexplainable. Match? No. It's unusual. So it's either something we have yet to discover, which is exciting because then there's new things here, or it's, space magic?
Okay.
Yeah.
You think that like certainly a huge amount of magic could do something like this.
Yeah, because magic is a thing.
Magic is a thing, and
is a thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's not scientifically explainable, therefore it's likely something otherwise immaterial or magical.
Okay, therefore we don't understand. Yes, Vandal?
Oh, in your professional opinion, Walala, do you think this may have anything to do with the same omniscient that whose orb we have?
There's nothing to tell us that it's from any particular omniscient. In our experience, a lot of magical things are omniscient related in general, so it's entirely possible it is. But there's nothing to say exactly who or how or why.
Okay.
But it's a possibility, of course, along with a lot of other possibilities, as we have yet to rule out many things so far.
Okay.
All right. Well, in the interest of learning answers, we would like to surround that rectangle building with ourselves inside and out to determine not only the layout, but to see if there are any life forms inside.
Be cautious.
Oh yes. If one of us dies, well, we'll be replaced.
Super chill. Cool. So you can head over to the building. Again, doesn't seem to be anyone manning outside of it. Just these two ships are here. Ooh, you can spend 1 Nova point to scatter through a confined space within a 1 mile radius and sense everything that occurs in that space. Okay, Jesus.
Right?
Holy fuck. Okay.
Literally
yeah.
eyes everywhere.
You can remain this way for up to 1 hour. Wow.
Some of us might die, and we understand that sacrifice.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So you walk up to and you can see there's a keypad next to the door. Again, no window, it's just this door.
we do not have the ability to perhaps connect to this keypad. Walala, we understand that you can navigate MI jacks rather well.
Is it clearly an MI? Is there clearly?
Is there any connections that we can?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. This is I think as you get closer, you hear, "Welcome. Please input your password."
Oh yeah, I can work with this. And I like do the equivalent of like a hacker cracking knuckles.
Except you don't have any knuckles, you're just
I
tentacles.
don't have any bones. I don't have bones or joints. I'm just fluid. So I just put all my tentacles together and and then I'm going to use literally my Nova ability called MI hacking. Boop, boop.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, yep. Yep. Okay, cool. I will take that. I know it says ship, but I'm just gonna take it for this because this is cool. It's cool as hell. Yeah. What does it look like when you hack? As you hack into this MI?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because the MI space is usually kind of like a room or something like that. I'm imagining if this has something that's greeting us, then there's either like a small screen or something like that, and or is it like a camera analyzing us? I'm trying to think of how I would get in, whether it's like mental, physical.
So I think what it is then is you're going into the database of passwords that are registered.
Yeah.
And pulling a password here.
So yeah, I'm literally like, I'm like, hello, goodbye, and I kind of like whoop the MI person away, and I like completely bypass them, and they literally like get pushed out of the way, and I'm like, and I'm like, just that hacker focus face.
Yeah.
Like just like my little tiny beady eyes get squinty, and I like am just very in depth, and like I think it's the sort of thing where information is going across the screen way too quick for almost anyone to perceive normally, but I'm just like going in. I'm going in. Like,
Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely you pull this off. You don't need to do any rolls, and you manage to pull up a password. And you basically just look at this MI and this MI space, and you just repeat the password back at them. And those of you,
we're supposed to be here.
Yes.
We would love it if you would open the door for us, and then also tell us the way to your information station.
Super cash.
Yeah.
Thanks to you. Certainly, you will find all of the information stations down on floor B2.
Perfect. I think it's this way, Captain.
Yeah, and the rest of you just see the door, the keypad flash green and the door open.
Wow, that was brilliant. We thank you.
What's that face, Laura?
Where are the people? Where
Yeah.
are they? This is suspicious.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we go figure her out.
Yeah,
Maybe
don't
they're
worry.
dead.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, there seems to be just an elevator.
So before everybody steps in, Zevzo will kind of put their little wallaby hands out. Okay, we will now spread out to use our eyes and determine everything there is in this building. Please wait.
Okay.
And we don't need the elevator. We're just gonna squish our little bodies like through cracks and up and down the elevator shaft.
Yeah. So you watch as Zozo becomes not a wallaby anymore. Just so many
there
bugs.
was like so many of us. Like I think weapons and grenades clatter to the ground, pieces of metal, everything that we kind of had inside of ourselves.
Yeah, you just see like the guns fall onto the ground, the fanny
Yeah,
pack.
yeah. Except it's kind of like the scene where the rogue walks in and is asked to remove their weapons, and it's just more guns, and then more guns,
There's a pile
and then
of
bigger guns. There's a grenade launcher. How is there a grenade launcher? That's bigger
When
than the
did
wallaby.
Zevzo get that? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we don't question the logic here. Yeah, so as you start to dissipate and basically kind of become the building itself in the way that you form around it. Um, so what you know is that there are three floors to this building. There's the one that's on the ground level, which mostly seems pretty empty, except for this elevator. Um, and then there's two down below. And as you go down, the first sub ground level, which I'll just call B1 for now, is seems to be living quarters. It has like a very not for a lot of people. You think this probably supports maybe 10 people max. You have like a kind of a barracks area. You've got kind of like a food and kitchen area. You've got a storage space. Like this seems to be kind of just where people would be. And you have a couple of blips of people. There's two employees. You're not sure what they are. You just know that for sure that they're the employees here, and they seem to be busy in the kitchen making food. As you go down the second level, though, to B2, you don't know much science, but you definitely can tell this is a lab, and this lab has about 4 different people in it, plenty of people. They seem to be bustling around, working on experimentations. From what you can see and tell, there's there's several glass tables which are set up with all sorts of devices. But the thing that sticks out to you the most are 2 specific things. Actually, 3 specific things. One, there seems to be a very large device that is kind of set off to the side in this lab. And again, you don't know much science, but you can tell just probably from the looks and the feel that there's a lot of energy going through this kind of disc-like, almost a
plasma.
You're not sure.
Okay.
But like those chargers that you can put your phone on top of, and you just instead of plugging in,
Wireless, yeah.
yeah, kind of like that.
Interesting.
But there's it's lit up in this like yellow color, and you can tell just from seeing it, there has to be an immense amount of energy going through it. 2, there is a window in this lab that looks out into a giant cavern. And you can't see too much far down through it, just because of the nature of your ability right now. But it seems to look into a cave of some form. So that's another thing. The last thing is that each of these tables that the scientists seem to be working at and working on contain like containers of some form, glass, but within them is a familiar orange glow. And they seem to be experimenting with it. Like you can see them putting the containers on top of like different analysis machines and seem to be looking through it. One of these containers is going through like the scientist it's kind of very carefully opening up the top of it and throwing another component inside, and you see it kind of flash through different colors of white and blue back until it goes back to orange.
We
Yeah.
will. I think we can afford to sacrifice a couple of ourselves. We want to sneak in a moment to really get an idea of what that glowing orange thing is. Like, we know it's familiar, and it's like a bug drawn to light, you know?
Yeah, okay. How close are you getting?
As close as possible, like on top of it. If we die, we die.
If we die, you die. Okay.
I know you anticipated this, Kienna, right?
Yeah, totally. So you get closer and closer to one of these vials, which is currently not being attended to by one of the scientists who actually had kind of walked over to that. I'm just gonna say wireless charger-esque device, and you go to it, and you kind of land on the outside of this container. This orange miasma inside seems to pulse and glow, and you know this. And as you kind of crawl up and into the edge of this container and kind of nudge yourself right into this little crack between lid and glass. You know this because once upon a time, yourself, a part of yourself, your consciousness, many iterations of you ago had faced this before and had barely survived. And as you sneak through, this miasma reaches up and grasps hold of this one bug. And you hear, hungry. As that you lose that bug.
Ooh. Okay. I think, I don't know, maybe like 50,000 of us. Oh no, I think it's an all or nothing. Whoever was hanging out with Walala and Vandal, they will relate that information right down to the last, like, oh, and we are going to send tiny Torrance to go investigate. Tiny Torrance has been with us for years. Nothing ever bad happens to Tiny Torrance. And then, like, Zevzo's quiet for a few seconds. Torrance has passed on. We have encountered something that is rather hungry. We are getting vibes of the burn, and we are very afraid.
What do you mean the burn's out there?
How can... Well, is it possible to put the burn in a vial?
Not that I knew of, but maybe. I guess the Wesh does really weird stuff.
Zevzo, you watch as the scientist returns back to the vial where Tiny Torrance had just sacrificed himself. And you watch as this scientist picks up the vial, moves it, and walks to that charger, and places the vial on that charger. And you watch as the orange miasma again goes through these flashes of different colors before it turns white, or it turns not quite white, as it starts to solidify. And what was this strange orange material is now, you could swear, it's plasma.
And we hesitantly relate that. We have a hard time believing our own eyes, but there are 20,000 of our eyes down here, and we cannot deny what we're seeing. Do we perhaps believe that capturing all of the individuals here, if they are simply scientists, they do not deserve to be murdered? We are good people now and we are heroes. But this is rather stressing.
What is it? What exactly are you? Did you relay all that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they've also figured out some unbelievable things, so I feel like we also shouldn't, just for the betterment of all, the galaxy
What?
maybe not kill the scientists who seem to have found some kind of control of the burn?
Also a way to like power everything forever, because, well, maybe not forever, but you know, plasma has been a very finite resource recently.
Our current reservations come from the fact that the Wesh Guild isn't exactly a charitable
Oh
guild.
no, they're the worst.
They are the worst.
Damn
And
those makers of infrastructure.
Interest.
they hold all of this knowledge and all of this information, and they guard that secret safe, then they can quite frankly control everything with just a matter of time.
Yeah, then we go from having several overguilds to just one, the overguild.
That's way worse.
Somehow we've gone from capitalism just jumped straight to fascism in one fell swoop.
Oh, I feel like
What's that
I
like?
feel like
Wouldn't know, I
Alaxis
mean-
has been on that trajectory for a while,
Yeah.
but
Oh, man.
I'm gonna just assume we have comms open. So
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say you have comms
Yes.
open. You're
Yeah.
all hearing
Yeah.
us.
We have the bug that has Zebzo's comm switch.
perfect, perfect.
Live feed, you know?
So then, wouldn't the thing to do be to tell everyone?
Yeah, we need to steal this technology and then replicate it for free.
I don't know.
We like that idea.
That, well, remember the orb we have, and if it wants, I feel like we shouldn't be getting too close to the burn anytime soon. Really? Maybe we just, I don't know. We just tell a bunch of people. Send out a broadcast or something.
We do think it would perhaps benefit us to gather a piece of proof from here, because if we do know one thing about the Wesh, it is that they are rather resourceful, and if we try to call them out publicly, they could pick up and hide on another suspicious asteroid.
Well, maybe this asteroid is important. This is where the map brought us, and there's a big old hole where something escaped. Do you think the burn burst out of this asteroid?
Well then, if it burst out of this asteroid, why wouldn't it just go like, why would it go?
Maybe it
You're
needed
able
a
to see
second.
your hand motions from the ship.
Oh, it's true.
Maybe-
We can tell you're definitely doing them. The sound effects are
I know, I'm
awesome.
very
But
expressive.
I mean, I understand, right? Clearly, if you're this close to the heart worlds, why not just eat them? Why
Well.
go out into space and then turn around and come back?
to slowly consume all of it rather than
Things were
heart
shifted,
worlds
were
are
they
only
not?
the heart worlds because they're in the center of everything. You know, it didn't need to start that way. Could have been a different
but this
shape
is,
and or size.
But this is where the planet originally was, right?
Yeah, it's just now it's an asteroid. Just
There's a lot. There's that. I understand that feeling, Vandal. I'm thinking a lot of things too.
so there was a planet here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no longer a planet. There's an
Mhm.
asteroid. Just missing most of it. With plasma crystals all around, not asteroid bits. They have contained part of the burn here. Maybe that's important. But the burn may have blasted off into space, turned around, surrounded us, and will consume us all.
Did the whole?
Hungry?
Did we say it burst out? Right? It
Out, yes.
It
That's
burst
that's
out.
an
It's
alcohol.
absolutely.
I was losing
It's
my
an
mind.
explosion. It's an explosion that
Yeah.
definitely came from inside out. Whatever created this hole.
Well, since we have observed what there is to observe in the building, perhaps we should head to the hold now.
We think that is valid.
That might give us some different knowledge that will be relevant, especially now with this context.
Yeah,
But
they,
Zevzo, you said there's a window into a cavern?
Yes, we did mention that, and we are not entirely certain how to fit that piece of information into the knowledge that we currently possess.
Do you think it's the hole?
Oh. Should we investigate further while the three of you go towards the hole on the on the outside? We'll meet you and
sure.
come out of the hole. Okay.
Be
Coming
careful
out
not
of
to
my
be
hole and
eaten,
I'm
Captain.
just fine.
We will try our best. We
Are
are
you
currently
okay here?
hatching a new member of our family.
You're okay here by yourself, Captain?
Yes, we simply ask that you pick up all of our weapons since we are unable to engage in combat anyways.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up all the weapons. I'm gonna leave one of your breach bombs just around the corner here in case you need it.
We thank you.
Oh, I really want to get into that lab.
I know,
Hi,
me
Sam.
too.
Really want to get into that lab.
I know. But there's a lot of people.
It's okay. We can come back.
Yeah.
We can come through the wall. It's fine.
I really, 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 really would like to analyze and test some of the things here, but I don't think they'll probably let us. So maybe if we go figure some other stuff out, something will present itself. You know?
I think we need to know because the Wesh cannot be unaware that the daylight is right down the block, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, they're unaware of us, so they suck, but...
I mean, unless they're working together, then that'll be
Well,
great. But that's
what
definitely
they
not
must
happening,
be working
right?
together. No, they have
Oh.
to. That is what I'm saying.
Oh, dang it!
Paula has a point, though, right? If they're
Yeah.
working on the burn and the daylight worships the burn as a god, maybe this is a collab.
An influencer collab.
No.
We are missing one piece to this little mystery, we think.
Yeah. Yeah, we should see what the daylight's doing, because either they're opposed and they're just not fighting each other for some reason, or they're working together on something. Because if they're just unaware of each other, I call shenanigans.
Fair.
Shenanigans.
Okay.
You guys know what cult is just like right over there, right?
You know, just over there.
Chilling.
Don't mind them.
Don't mind them.
Just looking at a hole.
Alright, to the hole!
Okay.
Okay.
I guess we go back into Advala. I leave a quick amount of Zevzo stuff around the corner. Probably with the bug with the comm badge.
Yeah.
I guess I could place that in the air, actually. Because they
Yeah.
stay in the air. So just like, and here you go.
Little bug on top.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So y'all can walk over to the giant hole in the asteroid, and it's huge. It probably blew off like a good quarter to a third of this asteroid. Whatever happened here, it is that big.
Does Vala bring the orb and the key?
I mean, yeah. I think it's... leaving it on the ship makes me nervous. So, yes, I have them.
And as soon as we get together, can we split them so they're not all on one person?
If you'd like.
Yes, I would very
Okay,
much.
then we can split them. Take whatever you want.
I don't like the orb. It cursed me.
I will keep the orb then.
Thank you.
I don't like the orbit cursed me.
It cursed
I mean
me.
the key was the one that got you into that weird headspace, but that weird.
Was it the key? Then I
It was
don't
the
want
key.
that.
Vice
Look,
versa.
I could take one.
Whichever one cursed me, I don't want that one.
Yeah, you don't want the key then.
Okay, thank you. No key.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you just stroll across this asteroid again. Every bit of like footstep you take kicks up a little bit of dust, and that just continues to kind of just stay suspended through the air. As you get to the edge here, again, you can kind of see nestled in, there's that daylight ship. Uh, uh, but as you kind of you kind of peer over the edge and down, you definitely, it's hard to see, too far deep in because of your positioning. But which you can see as you peer through and down is this huge cavernous space, and it's not empty. Rather, from all of the walls um, and different floors of this space are buildings, colossal buildings, much bigger than any of you would ever comfortably live in, like doors that are, several stories high, and windows that are, windows that you would easily be able to, stack a few people in. And all of these are made out of crystals, which glimmer and within the light that seems to pierce through. And it's a city, and it goes down and down and down.
Does it look new?
As you look through, it's pretty. You can see that the buildings that are kind of closest to the edge of the hole are broken. You can see that like many of them had been like toppled over, or had been like holes had been punched through them. A lot of them are rubble now. Again, the ones that are kind of closest to the edge of the hole as it dives downwards.
Does the architecture look like what we would see normally nowadays, especially considering Wesh Overguild is in fact infrastructure, and maybe therefore like they have probably a consistent style and design and look that you would see in a lot of the cities, right? Does it look like that, or does it look completely different?
It looks completely different. You have never seen this style of architecture before.
I actually have a question.
Uh-huh.
So, in Malala's vision,
Yes.
there was a throne room. Does
Yes.
it look like that architecture, actually?
Boy, howdy, it sure does.
Dang.
Sorry.
Well, just an omniscient lived here for a bit.
Oh my
A
god.
big mean one!
Yeah, the hungry one.
The hungry one!
The one that, so, like, do we think they're taking their map? Like, where does the map? I don't know. I just have so many questions.
Listen, I could run laps around my house right now.
Yeah, I'm so freaking I'm like, is it inappropriate to just keep asking you questions because I'm so so you're saying like there's a bunch of buildings, the ones closest to the outside are the most crumbly.
I guess not quite to the outside. The ones that are closest to, again, imagine hole had been punched through.
Yeah.
Things that are closest to the edge of that hole all the way down.
Ah, okay.
Those are the ones that seem the most destroyed. As if they were there. The city was here whenever
Does this
happened.
city look like it was built for giant creatures?
Yes, it is absolutely not built for creatures of any
Oh.
size that you know of right now.
Okay, alright, I have another
Omniscient city.
So, is this asteroid just hollow for the most part?
It kind of looks that way.
And is the lab then just in one of these buildings?
Well, there's just like a sizable crust.
Okay,
to
yeah.
But
Oh,
it's looking pretty hollow.
that's so neat. That's so weird.
Vala,
Yes.
you sense something. What does it feel like when you're about to do fire magic?
Like she's having a hot flash. She gets the little like crystal beads of like the little beads of sweat that turn into crystals and go tink 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 off.
Yeah. You're feeling that.
Ooh. Mm. Is anybody else hot?
No?
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just feeling a little. And she like undoes her jacket, airs it out.
And Vala, you can peer down, and it's so very faint, but you can see a glow from down there.
Oh, I think maybe the daylight is down there. Like right there. Maybe. Or maybe not, but maybe, because we're not being shot at. Don't know why it bothers me so much. It just means they're down there.
Does this usually happen
I
to you,
mean,
Vala? Because I need to take notes. It's not in my current notes for you.
happening more frequently.
in your maturity.
Yeah.
Hot flashes.
Yep. The more
But
time I
that in
spend
the
around
dossier.
cults.
Are you allergic to cults?
Maybe.
Is that a thing you could be allergic to? Well, sidetrack. Let's put that for later. We'll investigate that.
Is there an easy way down?
That's a good question.
Because the ship's up there. I mean,
So does the weird gravity thing happen here too?
I mean, you can test it.
you want me to just jump?
I'm
Not jump in.
jumping.
Just imagine Bella trying to jump and freeze frame, but like I don't know if the gravity up there is quite made for human-sized people. You know, like pebbles of plasma or walalas.
You know what? Maybe we grab one of those crystals, and because we don't have coins, Argent doesn't work like that. Grab one of those crystals and like try to drop it in.
So you try to drop it in, and it just kind of stops midair.
Okay, take it back. Try to throw it in, because like eventually, without gravity, that should stop. It's physics. I took physics once.
Yeah, physics is fucks here. Yeah, you take it and you throw it, and this time it almost seems to stop, like in a suspension, but then, as if it just passes over a threshold, you watch as it slowly starts to float downwards.
Definitely seems sectioned into.
We're gonna have to go a little bit at a time and see, I guess, if we can. My original plan was just to walk on the new gravity like a staircase. Just put your foot down and stop. Then put your foot down and stop.
I worry
Very
about you
trippy.
and Vandal, or you and Vala.
Yeah, Vala's the only one I'm like really.
You are made out of crystal,
You're
girl.
made out of crystal.
I know.
Let me just check my equip.
Vandal, you have bones.
I do have bones.
We've established.
I'm the only one with bones.
You're the only.
The only bones.
I mean, how does it look
Yeah, they
like
call me
they
all
got
bones.
down there? Is there a ladder? Is
No,
there
there's
a
no ladder.
slide?
There's no slide.
There's
Okay.
no
Can
rope.
I tell you know what? Can I use my Hang on. I literally boop 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 beep boop Beep boop bop bop. Where is this? Dee 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 bop.
Yeah. Well, Lala, you're gonna be fine. You can.
I know, but I want to I want to see I'm it's easy when I floof out my feathers cuz then I can go like softer, but I'm going to like kind of squish them in so as not to be causing as much of a as much surface area and kind of like current and stuff like that to see if just my football head sinks. Like, if I need to, I can emergency parachute out my floofs, but I want to just throw my football head slash body slash most of me and see if it just chucks. Like, I want to. Okay, I'm gonna test something. Give me 1 second. Poof! Like, just. I need to test if my friends will be hurt with their bones and bodies that I don't have.
You just go. Whoop.
Yeah.
And you watch as Walala kind of goes like over this hole. And again, that same kind of like almost as if you're going to stop, but just as you get to this threshold, kind of wherever the ground would be here, you slowly start to float downwards.
I think I'm whisper shouting. I think it's safe.
Comms.
Oh, right. I think it's safe.
What is the plan to get back up? Oh, I guess the ship.
The caverns. We can lead you through the caverns.
You do have
and,
the remote
come out through
to the ship.
We have options. Come visit us in the science area where we're hanging out in the caverns as well.
Okay. I have my climbing gloves just in case.
Totally fair. Okay.
Yeah. Let's take a leap of faith into the abyss. Let's just Indiana Jones this.
Yeah. You take a leap of faith, and you slowly start to descend.
Yeah, join me.
Into this hole.
This is what you wanted. You all wanted this hole.
As you go down, again, you're surrounded by the ruins of this ancient city. Everything's much larger, almost intimidatingly so. And as the three of you kind of just slowly float your way down, you can see that glow near the bottom begin to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And unless you're gonna pause at any point, I'm just gonna keep going until you get close. Okay. It seems like forever that you're kind of going down here, but eventually, you can finally sort of see what this source of light is. It's the bottom. It's this floor. What you can assume. You can see a giant throne, Balala, one that is very familiar to you. In front of that is a large glyph that had been carved into the floor. And Vala, you're now seeing why you were starting to have those hot flashes, because you can see this. You can see how many did I put in here again? You can see you can see 7 daylight people in a circle within this glyph, and even before you can see their faces, you can hear them, and they're not chanting. They're not. They're not, typical cult sounds. This is more of a song that they seem to be singing.
That's somehow worse.
And as you get close, and you can see in the center of this this glyph, there's another one of these stakes that you've come and that you now have on your ship that you're about to sell off. But this is, whereas the last stake you saw was glowing with energy as they funnel this in, this stake is not just glowing, it is almost white hot with the magic that they're pouring into it. And it's this stake is pointed up through, like as if directed up through the hole. And as you look up above you now, beyond the night sky of this asteroid, you can see the burn as it pulses and sits. And as you get even further down, and this song that they're singing continues to climb and grow, and this magic continues to amplify within this stake, you can see a door off to the side. Giant again. This time, though, there's carvings upon it. It's very similar to the one in the key, but this time it's depicting it without words. This like a tapestry in stone. You see an omniscient with those music notes that you had noticed before, seemingly floating around them. And then you see them seemingly almost carving through the galaxy, a galaxy that you don't know, that you have never seen. And along the way, you can see smaller figures that seem to join it, other omniscients. And slowly it curls, this omniscience through this carving, seems to curl its way all the way to familiar spaces, the Alaxis as you know it, until it settles in the corner in a replica of this throne room, of this omniscience sitting on a throne as all these other omniscients bow to it. And in what should be its hands, there is a gap where you think your key could fit.
The key, we definitely want to put in there.
That was the plan for the key. We just have to, the rising chorus of flashing burn. I hate that. That is so cool.
And Zevzo, as you go and explore this window, you can see that it seems to be peering into what I just described to you, just from another angle.
Are any of the scientists paying attention, or they're still kind of going about their business?
They're going about their business.
Happening. Is there any way, is there any cracks in the window? Is there any, way I can, even, somewhere through the rock that we can kind of funnel ourselves to go into the cavern?
Yeah, I don't think this is, completely airtight.
Mm-hmm.
So I can imagine that you can kind of find a way in.
Hopefully nobody looks up.
Yeah.
The little trail of ants, but instead of ants, it's whatever we look like. Little bugs, little blue purple bugs. Okay, we'll smush our way through, and then find our allies and rematerialize as a wallaby.
You know what? I will actually get you into this map now that I made. Sevzo is coming from a different direction. Yeah, that's about where you're at.
This is terrifying. Oh,
hate
gosh.
it. This is terrible.
It's so great.
Oh,
This is amazing. Oh, we have another episode. We can't die here.
Says you.
I think we absolutely could.
No, I mean we
Should
can't
not
die here. Yeah, we have another episode.
We should try to avoid dying here.
Yeah, we can't let death happen to us here.
But
You're still floating down. I think you've, based on the timing of like how you've been kind of coming down this place, you think you've got about 5 minutes until you make landfall. You could hurry it up if you wanted to, like you go to the walls and like push yourself down. But if you're just a free fall, you've got like less than 5 minutes until you're gonna.
And this place where the key apparently goes is this thing over here?
That's the door right there.
Okay.
And they just got a burning glyph in the floor. Oh, this is so cool, Kienna. Oh, this is so neat. Okay. What do we want to do?
Right? What is the plan? Y'all can see Zevzo just kind of like
rematerializing?
bugging around, yeah.
Oh my god.
As I take in that horrific scene in the musical notes of the daylight.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, I guess that does bring up a thing. And does this sound like the song which led us here?
That we tasted.
Oh no.
Yeah, the song that Walala tasted.
It's not the exact same, but it certainly feels similar.
Oh my god.
It's like it's not the same song, but it's from the same musical.
It's on the same album.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the exact same track. But,
Done
you know,
by the
it's
same
like...
artist.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Oh my god. Okay, so they're currently singing. We see where we can put the key. I assume like they're too close to it. We can't do it without them noticing. They're like right there. So we either have to
I mean, you could try. It would just be difficult.
Yeah.
Also, as they sing, the burn outside is pulsing.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to stop that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
how do we get them to stop doing what they're doing without it being bad for us?
I mean, we've always wanted to be better bugs, but we know that throwing grenades is often a good answer to a lot of problems.
I mean, that honestly seems fair here, but
Honestly, I am also on Team Grenades.
there's a large number of people in a spread out area. It seems rather ideal, actually.
Team Grenade.
Of course, you know, there's the cost of destruction, which this is kind of a historical site, but, you know.
Well, yes, this should be a galaxy landmark, but I'm afraid. What we do in
Afraid a
this place,
cult has
this-
co-opted it.
Yeah, the Agency for the Preservation of Historic Landmarks is going to, really throw the book at us after we're done with this place.
Unless we have an alternative solution. We pull out the one breach bomb that Vandal saved for us.
Give you your stuff back.
I think I'm like saying this like as y'all are floating down still too, because I don't know if y'all had made a decision before you hit the ground.
Oh yes, we're calming in.
Mhm.
We're coming in. I think it might be. It might just be. Laser sniper rifle time.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a 3 to you should number the people you want to take out so you can not have overlap between
Yeah,
pew
for sure.
pews and boom booms.
Kienna, can we tell, are they, knowing so much about cults, as I personally do, can
Yes.
we tell if they are like, it seems like they're empowering this thing, or like, containing?
Ooh, that's a super good question.
See, you're the cult expert here.
I am.
You are the cult expert.
Thank
That's a really
goodness
good
we have a
question.
cult expert.
You're gonna get information either way. I just want you to make a roll to see how detailed that information's gonna be.
Okay.
How difficult is this? We'll do a difficulty 3.
Okay. Yeah. Just do
You
some
got this. You have specialties in cults.
Specialties in cult. Fail.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you information anyways, because
Yeah.
more fun to me. But I will also roll on the failure prompt. Of course, you can tell me not that one.
I don't know how I'd do that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you would do that either. Something jams.
Sure.
Okay, what do you think that looks like?
My armor suit doesn't deploy.
Okay, cool. Something about the gravity here is fucking with it.
Yeah.
But as you look, you can see that they do have the same. They have vials at their feet. But at the same time, you also do see that you think that from what you know of, fire magic and everything, they do seem to be channeling something out of them and into this stake. So they've got these vials, but they're also channeling stuff out of them. And Jebjo, these are the same vials that the scientists were using.
I figured. Not cool with that. Defo not cool. Ugh. I mean, if we explode the area, then those vials will get destroyed. All the more reason for grenades.
Yeah. I love
The only
grenades.
downfall is we worried it'll obstruct your view as you continue your descent. If we all agree, we will throw this last breach bomb, though.
Vala here takes Ebzo's stuff.
Yeah.
We just like drop bombs on.
Yeah, you could. If you have my stuff, you have so many bombs. That's more or less how I built my character. Guns and bombs.
Bomb deploying wallaby.
I definitely don't have like a gun or anything on me. I don't think so.
If y'all have my weapons.
Want one?
Yeah.
Mm,
Wallala's never probably. Have you harmed somebody intentionally?
yeah, I have. I have. I've done my tendril spin where I like
Okay.
just like spun around, and you have given me bombs before, and I've like hucked them in general directions, and I think maybe pushed one person out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
I don't.
it's not outrageous to you.
No. Bomb deploying wallaby is a very good name.
It is.
Name of my ska band. Yeah. So it depends. Like if there's snipes happening, then like you said, then you don't want to obscure the view if that happens first, unless we want to all just drop and throw bombs. So like that's the other.
I do still have one more breach bomb,
Okay.
so we could.
They're far enough away from like the door, right? Aren't they like? 'cause
Yeah, there's
in the map you have here, the door's over here, right?
yeah, the door's right here. Yeah,
And
so
that's the
there's
giant
space.
throne.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
have you off to the side, but that's just for me, so you're not on top of the glyph right now.
Yeah.
But you are kind of floating, and you can change your trajectory.
Oh, also, almost every one of these guys is 2 squares, and that's the burst radius of one of these bombs. Would you look at that?
absolutely fuck them up if you wanted to.
And
I think it might be bomb time. They are really well placed for bombs.
Yeah.
All right, we've got 2 on Team Bomb. Vala, Walala, what do you decide?
I have
Well,
no.
You only have to drop something if
Yeah,
Vandal hands it to you.
That's definitely feels more doable to me. Drop a bomb. Everyone just goes 3, 2, 1, go. I can do that.
Okay. Vala, you've been quiet this time. What are your thoughts?
That's so rude.
Yeah. Tell us more.
I mean, I don't know. They seem like they're building toward anything, or they've just been doing this for a while, or.
That's a good question.
Because if
That's a
they're
good
super
question.
engaged
Yeah.
with their work, we probably could just like walk over there to the door.
Rala, again, fire magic. I'm not gonna make you roll for this because you have personal knowledge of what it's like. It does take a great amount of personal energy from you if you do it for a long period of time. Because you're basically, what are you making fire out of? It's basically like intensive amount of harnessing your own energy to do so. So you definitely think that they're trying to accomplish something here, and like they probably haven't been doing this for super long if they're doing that much intensive energy exchange right now.
All right. Sure. Bombs away.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The chorus. Yeah.
Can I aim to just boop mine on the head and knock him out instead of the bomb actually going off?
You don't pull the pin, you just drop the.
Drop it like a rock, like.
It might still go off due to the radius explosions, but it's
Yeah, that's fair.
fine.
That
That's
wouldn't
fair.
be your direct.
Yeah, that feels very well.
I just want to
That feels very well.
I just want to boop mine in the head.
Okay.
I think
So
we
I
mostly-
am gonna need roll for this
Yeah.
because you are dropping this from super fucking high up in the air, trying to specifically get into this very specific radius.
Good point. Good
and then
point.
they'll float down.
Yeah.
I'm
You gotta
gonna.
yeet them then.
I'm doing power.
I'm gonna do ranged because we're doing this at range, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
you are still again pretty high up.
Qu'est-ce que c'est la difficulté? All you who actually speak French don't. I know
I
you.
wasn't gonna say anything.
Close.
It just, I wanted to do it because it rhymed. I understand that the verbiage doesn't work that way.
Wasn't that bad?
What is the difficulty here? This is a really interesting question considering
Would it
the
be
circumstances of
Yeah.
everything. Granted, like I said, you always surprise me, so I didn't think about this option.
I also want to bing mine in the head because I don't want to destroy all of the thing they're on. There might be
Yeah.
some knowledge in it.
Yeah, if you're really because you're aiming specifically to hit one person on the head, it is going to be a difficulty 4 because
Yeah!
that's
Bring it! Oh my god.
the rest of you who are generally more aiming for areas and also have experience with throwing bombs. I'm just going to say the difficulty 3.
Can
Cool.
I argue, honestly, just for the drama of it, skullduggery, because I want to sneak up and bowling ball my grenade, and I'm on the ground floor. I've got some more creativity to work with, you know.
Oh yeah, you can totally get on the ground because you're right there. Yeah, I will allow skullduggery.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
3 for you. Because
Okay.
you're just doing yourself. Okay.
One bomb goes off.
Pass.
Okay.
Nervous.
Got my Nova
Hey.
point.
Doing everyone else's work.
Well, Lala, you are literally aiming to be, let me just throw it onto this one person's head. Just hard enough that it'll boop them on the head, but not explode.
Yeah,
And that is a very difficult thing to
That's
accomplish.
fair. That was my best possible physical trait, just so you know. That's literally the best I could possibly have done.
Okay,
So
We're very proud of you, honestly.
how much did the bridge bombs do again? How much damage is that?
Is it 2?
It says burst 2.
Burst.
Two,
Okay.
yeah.
So there's 2. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So from the top, I think Walala, I think yours kind of lands first.
yeah. Oh no! They all look down and then
Yeah.
look up.
I think it
Oh,
lands
no.
first. And I think it just kind of boops, I think kind of knocking over one of the vials. And yeah, there's absolutely that moment where that one enlightened disciple just kind of looks down in the midst of this chanting and of this singing, and looks up just as the rest of you throw your bombs in this exact freaking radius. So tell me, I know the center's gonna get all of these who are there. But is anyone trying to aim
Yeah,
specifically for
mine
this
goes
other one?
to the top.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool.
I know a cult leader when I see one.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious too because this is the only one wearing red. Yeah. So, as this one disciple looks up, the explosion just goes off, and you can hear it's even louder than usual as it echoes in this cavern, and up this hole in this asteroid. You can hear the groaning complaints of the ancient buildings here as they're disrupted from their 1,000 years slumber, and slightly dislodged from the vibrations and the force of this explosion. Yeah, all of these disciples are down, like Jesus. And as they go down, you watch as they go up in flames. But this one who's at the top, the one in the red robe, watch this, it gets knocked backwards. But in that moment flash, Vala, you can see the flash of a body shield go up, as she seems to just smash into the side of the throne just from the force of this bomb. The stake itself seems to dim a little bit, as it's lost the source of energy that's going through it. But as it starts to dim, you see the energy that was within it start to almost slough off of it. Not in what you imagine the ethereal nature of energy to be, but as if it had substance to it. And it seems to fall from the stake and onto the ground. This orange miasma pulsing now, starting to, and it seems to, as it's hitting one of these vials, seems to kind of, you hear the crack of that glass. What would you like to do?
Are we all well?
You're all fine. You were literally up in the air. I think there's a cloud of dust that is now suspended midair because of this. But you're all fine. You're all untouched because you were up in the air while this was happening.
Okay.
I think we should make towards that door.
Yeah.
Lickety split.
Do we need to take out the leader though? Did we get everyone? Are we good to go? Should we just go inside?
We believe we should just go ahead and go inside. We're gonna do an act of mercy.
Oh, is that what that's called? I don't think I've ever seen that before.
We don't think it tastes very good, but we will try it out. Team?
I'm going to give Vandal the key. And I'm going to go to the door. I want to check on the leader.
Holler if you need me, okay?
Safe.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just run over there while they head to the door.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Door.
So you split ways. We'll go to Vala first as you head over to the still breathing and alive leader, or at least leader of this particular of this group, as what used to be the other disciples have burned away to nothingness.
What's happening to the energy as I get closer to this circle without going into it?
Yes. It seems to kind of be still within the glyph. It doesn't seem to be moving too much. It just was kind of, when something kind of falls off and just kind of splashes out. But it seems to just kind of undulate on the ground within the glyph. And it's that orange color that that's always on the periphery of everyone's vision.
Okay, so I go over to the leader.
Yeah, she is badly burned. And groans as she's is this a Alvin?
So I have my laser sword out.
Of course.
Yeah, and I lift her up with my free hand. What is going on here? What are you doing?
There's another groan as the the fogginess that comes with being knocked across and slamming into something, and an explosion kind of starts to fade away for her. And she's a yellow Alvin, like she's this very kind of this yellow crystal color, wearing a half mask of some form, and kind of almost beak like in a structure, but you can see the glowing eyes of the Alvin peer from behind. Quite spooky considering the way that the eye holes of the mask seem to darken the space, and you just see this kind of pierce of yellow light. And there's this kind of crackle of a voice says, "It's too late."
Yeah, too late for what? You have to be more specific.
Gulmak has already heard of. Please.
To what were you pleading for?
For him to finish what he had started all that time ago. And we have finally given him the location where he needed to be.
That being here.
There's a chuckle and like a hand gesturing, barely weakly now, kind of gesturing at the glyph, this ritual circle. He once ruled here long before any of us were ever supposed to exist. He will come back to his throne.
How do we stop it?
How do you stop hunger?
I slam her head into the stone again. Knock her out. And run back toward the others.
Welcome back. We are just about to open the door with the key. Vandal, if you will.
I mean, right in the what should be the hand is that slot. And
Does
you
it have anything to align it? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it had other lines to it.
Okay.
And so you just slowly tilt in this circle, and you line up everything. And as you do, you hear the click. And all at once, you see the lines within this carving all light up in white and then in blue. And slowly the doors begin to open. And that's where we're going to leave it off for this episode.
Oh no! Oh my goodness.
What do we find? No biggie. Oh, cool.
It is really cool. Like, super cool. I wouldn't say the situation is cool.
Situation's terrifying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go around and say hello to everyone. Tell us who they are, where you found them on the internet, all of that good stuff. I'll stop the spooky music and put on our normal space music. And so let's go backwards. So let's start off with B. Hello, B.
Oof. All right. Better music. I'm not as stressed anymore. Thank you. Hello. I have been B Zelda, your non-binary busy bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I am a podcaster, a member of the Broadswords, a D&D 5e actual play podcast, as well as I am a host of a podcast called Anime Attaché, where I teach 2 non-anime watchers all about My Hero Academia. We've just put out episode 1.5 today. So check that out wherever you listen to podcasts.
Awesome. Yay. All right, and let's go over to Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. When I'm not here, I'm a photographer and a tarot reader. And thinking about how cool this is, honestly. You can find me at Undomiel on Twitter or most places.
Ooh. All right, and let's go over to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hi, it's me, Jess. You can find me at go_JG in pretty much all of the places online. And oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I'm not ready for next week to be our last episode. I'm so not ready. Oh my god. But yeah, you can find me all the places online, go_JG. I'd love to hang out with you for more games.
All right, and let's go over to Lauren. Hello, Lauren.
Hey everyone, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter, the salty half of this channel. I believe we should be back on Saturday with Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Pulp Cthulhu campaign. Otherwise, check out Missing Annie Lee, our horror actual play podcast in collaboration with _the table that can be found wherever podcasts can be found.
Woo! And I'm Kienna, our GM for today. You can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing when I'm not here on the channel, mostly just here though. I'm on that Saturday game. I'm also on Missing Annie Lee. And my only thing to plug right now is that I have a new product coming out next week on Monday. I've got Archon, which is my system agnostic cyberpunk setting that I have been creating with friend of the channel Jason for several months now, and we're releasing it on my Itch.io page on Monday at noon Eastern. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to have it out in the world. It's gonna be super cool. Run through the channel thing. Thanks again to our wonderful co-producers, Roll20. Please go check them out. They are wonderful. And go check out the other Roll20 Spotlight people because they're also doing really cool stuff like we are. Thank you to everyone who donated. We super appreciate every single donation. Again, they all go to a great cause with code 2040. And we've got one more week to hit our goal. I think we're going to make it. It'll be really great. And again, thank you to everyone who hung out, who rated, who chatted, who shared the tweet. We really appreciate you and all the time that you spend with us here in the Galactus Galaxy, especially as we get to our finale next week. Make sure to follow us over on Twitter to catch up on the when we do our faction poll and also when we go live for all that stuff. We publish our VODs over on YouTube, both on our channel and on Roll20 channel, so go subscribe to both, so you can keep up with us there. And that's about it. We'll be here next week at what should be our finale as we confront the burn, maybe. Be super fun and chill. No worries. But that's it for us, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.